here we go. So once again, everybody, thank you very much for joining the Agile CRM Marketing Automation webinar. My name is Scott Wisely. I'm on the customer success team, and I'm happy to be joining you today, and I appreciate you spending some time with me. Real quickly, if you want to get signed up with a CSM, one of our customer success managers here at Agile CRM, as long as you have a paid account, go ahead and kick me over your email address, and I will communicate with you and send you out a way to get in contact with the CSM team. And also, if you're on a paid account, you can click on your avatar there and you'll see a little option for getting some onboarding training there. So check that out and use the CSM team. We're here to make sure that you are successful. So hopefully everybody can see the screen. Take a look right over here. So we'll start at the top left-hand corner. If you click on the little hamburger, as one of my favorite clients calls it, it's actually the 3 bars. That is how you get to all of the different sections within the marketing module there. So that'll have that little pop-out menu that pops up there, so you can get into your contacts, your campaigns, triggers, and all the way down to the reporting. You'll also note that on the left-hand side here, you also have those same icons, and as you hover over them, they do pop out with the name. You can also take this bar and you go into your settings, and you can put this up at the top line if you so choose. So just depending on how you like to look. As we make our way over to the right-hand side here, if you take a look at the magnifying glass, this is your global search function. So you can type anything you want in here, and it will search for you throughout Agile CRM. It'll search for tickets, documents, you name it. If it's in Agile, it will find it there for you. So you go in there and you can just simply click on the item that you're searching for, and it'll take you right to it. Also, we have a great voice to text feature within Agile CRM. So if you are getting a little lazy, your fingers are a little tired, go ahead and just speak your search item in there, and then it will convert that over to text for you. Your next stop is your calendar. So that's your where you see all your calendar events, and you'll see that I'm not very busy. That's why they gave me this job of doing these great webinars. So you click on there and you'll be able to see all your calendar events, and you can break that down by month, week, day, and or today. And I will draw your attention down to the bottom left-hand corner here where you do have your online scheduling link. If you don't know about that, definitely hit me up, let me know, and I'll be happy to spend some time and show you how to use that online scheduling tool. Very handy tool. Your next stop is the task. So this is where, oh boy, look at all those things I got coming up to do. So this is where you go through and all of those physical things that you need to do. Maybe you need to send out a bumper sticker or a postcard or make a phone call, things like that. That's where you'll find all of those. This next stop here is going to show you how well you got yourself all set up with Agile CRM, and it ticks off. You'll see all the different things that you need to do within Agile CRM as you're getting yourself set up. Right in the center, this is your module indicator item here. So we got the sales module, the marketing module, and the service desk module. I do want to point this out to you. A lot of people don't realize this, that each one of these words that you see in here, these are actual hyperlinks. So when you click on that, you can actually just click on each one of these words here, and it will take you to the specified section within Agile CRM. Our next stop is the live chat icon. So if you're using live chat with your website, that is a function of our service module, and you will be able to go in there and under the service module enable that, and make sure, again, Jeff's got the service module coming up here, I believe next week. So make sure you sign up for that one, and you'll be able to learn how to use that live chat feature. Really cool feature that's integrated with that in Agile CRM. And your next stop is your recents item. So these are the 6 most recent items that you touched within Agile, whether it's a deal, a ticket, or a contact. That'll be listed right here for you. So as you're flipping through, you can quickly and easily get to those individual items that you've been working on within Agile CRM. And your next stop here is your global add button. So this button and this whole bar is actually visible throughout all of Agile CRM. So you can go through and you'll be able to click on adding a contact, a company, a deal, an event, task, note, email, ticket, call, document, whatever you need to do. Click on that button and that will take you right there. And then your avatar. So your avatar allows you to go in there and do all of the behind the scenes settings there. Make sure you click on your plan and upgrade and check out some of the options for your email packages, as well as maybe upgrading your plan, because the higher the plan you have, the more features you do get as far as the number of things that are expanded in there. So we'll go back and we'll take a look at our home page. So this is your dashboard. This is the dashboard within the marketing module. And a lot of people like to set this up, and you can see I've got all my campaigns that are right here in each one of these little boxes are called dashlets. So go in there and set up your dashboard, because that's a great place when you grab your coffee first thing in the morning. You come in, you log in and take a look, and you can see all the different emails and different stats that have been going on within there, and you can play around with these. I will point your direction real quickly as you hover. So when you hover over the top right-hand corner of each one of the dashlets within the dashboard, you click on that, that'll take you to the settings so that you can go in there and you can take a look and see all of the different settings that pertain to that individual task. So you can see I modified my task there. So now you can see all the things that I've got to do. I got to do a follow-up call with Johnny Depp, talk to him about the Pirates of the Caribbean. So take, like I said, take a look, get in there and fill out your dashlets. You just simply click on Add Dashlets, and it will take you over to this screen, nice little pop-up. And as you hover over, you notice that you get a great little preview of what is that dashlet going to look like within here. We do have different ones for activity, RSS feed, and even your account info. I would recommend to everybody to go in there, make sure you add that dashlet for your account info, because that does give you a direct link to your CSM team, your account manager teams, and things like that. Plus, it also lets you see what kind of plan you're in. So go in there, you pick one, add it, and throw it in on the dashboard, and away you go. I will point your direction, and watch over here in the top left-hand corner, because this is a reoccurring theme throughout Agile CRM. Over next to the word where it says marketing here, if you drop that down, that'll allow you to go in and create multiple dashboards. So maybe you want to have a dashboard, maybe one just for your team, maybe you want to have one just for yourself, and maybe you want to watch your boss or something like that, so you can set up a secret dashboard there as well. So go in there, you just click on Manage Dashboards, add a new dashboard, and then you'll get a list of the different ones that are within Agile available for you. So our next stop is the contacts. So right now I've got a manage filter applied because I didn't want to show you all 800 and some odd different contacts in there. But this is your contacts view. These are the same contacts that you see within the sales enablement module. So Agile CRM, we were thinking outside the box. We want to make sure you had access to your contacts just about anywhere within Agile CRM. So we gave you that view right here, and you can start working with your contacts. And we'll start up at the top left-hand corner. Once again, remember, as I just was talking about, next to the word contacts, you get that little drop down there. So you can go through there, and let's create a managed filter. So a managed filter will really help you narrow down all of those contacts in there for the different, based on a tag or things like that. So these are all the filters that are already that you've set up previously. I'm going to add a new one. So I'm going to click on Add Filter under the top right-hand corner. And then I'm going to give this one a name. We'll call these our webinar contacts. And then you have an option. Do you want it to be a contact or a company? Well, I'm going to work with the contacts today. And then you have your conditions here. Does it meet all of the following conditions, or does it meet any of the following conditions? So I like to use the all one. That's just the kind of guy I am. So we're going to go in here, and we've got these drop downs now. So it's going to ask you, what does it meet? Well, does it have a tag? Maybe this is the date created, last emailed, last called, maybe the first name. Or for us Orlandians here, maybe it's for people in the city of Orlando. So we'll go in here, and I'm just going to use the tag option, and it says is, but you can also use a reverse. You can also say isn't. Is it defined or is it not defined? So the tag is, and we'll just put something like, how about web lead there? So that way we can, anybody that's got the tag of web lead, we can go in there and sort them down and narrow down that list. And you've got an option to cancel, so that'll take you all the way back to your screen. You can save it so you can use it at another time, or save and view. So you can go ahead and save and view that right now. So here we go. We took that list, and these are all of my people that have the tag of web leads. So now we can really narrow them down and really start working with them to market to them. So maybe we want to set up a campaign, which we're going to go into in just a few minutes. So maybe you want to send out a specified campaign for all of your web leads, or maybe you want to do a specified campaign for anybody that's got the tag of VIP or something like that. So that's why we use those tags. It helps you organize and narrow down those lists. On the right-hand side here, you've got the filters option. So you can just simply take those quick filters away. And so maybe as you're going through all your lists, maybe you just want to find people with a particular tag or a score, things like that. So you just go in there, click on it, and you can enter the tag in as well. I like to use those managed filters because it really does give you a little bit more control there and has it already predefined. So as that list grows and things like that, that will be available for you. You can also click and change either from a list view or a grid view. For those of you that remember the old Microsoft days when they had the business card views in Microsoft, well, this is that kind of view for you. So maybe you like to look at your contacts this way. So simply click on the three bars up there right next to the webinar contacts there. And you can either go to grid view or list view. And the filters, so that'll take away or display or take away that filters view there. You can also add your contacts simply by clicking on the add contact button, and it gives you the pop-up. Go in there and put in all the information. Required field is a first name in there. And everybody always asks me, hey Scott, what is the primary key or the key identifier within Agile CRM? Well, that key identifier is actually the email address. So when you're going in there, if you have multiple people with the same, or if you have the multiple contacts with the same email address, that will just simply go in there and update that contact. And your three dots underneath your avatar, that's where you import. So you can go in there, you can click on import. I always use the one that says faster import, upload a file. We'll choose a file here. And let's see, right there off of my desktop, I got some Golf Bros in there. So I'll open up that file. It tells me the file name. I'm going to click on upload and watch this in just a quick second or two. It's going to take you right over to the field mappings. So on the left-hand side, these are the first row headers within my CSV file. And then these are the field mappings to Agile CRM. So you can go in there and it's pretty good at recognizing. So it sees, okay, first name, but you see, hey, look, it didn't pick up that address. So let's drop that down there. And now you can go in there and pick up the address field in there as well. I always tell everybody to go in there and always tag. So what's today? Today is the 22nd of March, 18. So now this will tag everybody that you imported. The reason you do that is so maybe, hey, you made a mistake, you didn't want to import these people, things like that. Then you can go in there, create a managed filter and easily take them out. So, and look, there you go. My import is done. And I will receive an email very shortly here in just a second or two that'll let me know. And if there's any errors in there, it will also send you a copy of the fields that that bonked out on you, so to speak. So you can go in there. Always, like I said, use that faster CSV context import. This was in beta, but we've released it full blown because it does work very well. This is a little bit slower of one, and maybe if you're coming from a different technology or something like that, you might want to use that one. You can also import from Salesforce. So you simply click on import, put in your username, password for Salesforce. It'll connect over, pull in all your contacts, and then import from other. This will allow you to bring them in from Google, Shopify, Infusionsoft, FreshBooks, HubSpot, QuickBooks, Stripe, and Office 365. So that's how you do an import, real quick and easy. And my file was quite small. So just remember, as the larger the file is, it will take a little bit extra time before you'll be able to actually get all of those contacts in there, but you will get that notification that'll come in on your email that'll let you know once those did all come in. So let's take a look at the top bar here above the contact fields here. So we can go in and we can actually do bulk actions. So if you look right to the left of the add tags here, I've got a little box that allows me to select all these contacts, and now I can go in, I can add tags to them, I can remove tags, I can add them to a campaign, and I know everybody's here to learn more about the campaign, so we'll talk about that in just a second. So you could add all of them into a specific campaign. You could start a call campaign. If you have integrated telephony with Agile CRM, you click on your avatar and you go to widgets and you click on telephony. You can use Skype, Twilio, RingCentral, and a bunch more. Integrate your telephony, and then you can actually start a call campaign. So you can do a rapid call out to each one of your contacts. It'll actually automatically dial each phone number for you, and then give you some wrap-up time to go in there and actually do it. Let's take a quick look at it. Might as well. So it tells you right here. It says I've selected 13 contacts. I'm using Twilio. I love Twilio. I highly encourage everybody to check out Twilio.com, and then it'll do a dial type of an auto dial or manual. So it'll auto dial. It's going to give me 20 seconds. I need a minute. I'm a slow typer. So I'm going to say 60 seconds after the call ends so that I can go in there and add notes. And then we can also tag them as called, today, something like that. So again, so use those tags. That's a great way to organize all of your contacts and everything that you do in there. And don't be afraid to use those tags. You can go in and once again select all those contacts. You can send them an email. You can bulk update fields and export them as a CSV. And people say, Scott, why do I want to do that? Why would I want to export them as a CSV? Well, maybe you have a label making program, like an Avery type program or something like that, and you want to send out everybody a postcard or maybe a promotional gift or something like that. So you can export all that information out, pull it into your address label program, and then print up those labels real quickly and easily. And then if you're having a really bad day, maybe it's a Monday, just delete them all and forget they ever existed. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. So that's your contacts real quickly and easily. I'll jump in here and just take a quick peek at the contacts here so that you can see on the left-hand side, you got all the pertinent details, all the tags. There's the phone number. And yes, for those of you that wanted to know, here I am in sunny Orlando today. So we got your timeline, which is your 360 view. That'll show you everything about that contact. You see this is really building out. As you can see, all of the emails that I've sent, the notes, any notes that you've taken on the contact, events, tasks, deals, campaigns. So we'll come back to this. We'll take a look at it again, but these are all the campaigns up at the top that have been completed for that particular campaign. And you can see that I have an active campaign right here that is still running. And the web stats, make sure you put in that tracking code on your website, because every time that contact lands on your website, then you'll be able to track them and know which pages they're going to: mail, documents, and tickets. So that is what your contacts look like. And make sure you sign up for the sales enablement webinar, because we do a deep dive into those contacts through the sales enablement webinar. Our next stop down is the campaigns. This is where the fun stuff goes. So what is a campaign? A campaign is an automation. It's a workflow. It's just a way to automate a variety of tasks that you would normally have to just click through to do. And it works out really great. I've got a few campaigns set up here. I have one that every time I make an outbound call, it automatically sends that contact a thank you email for talking to me. Or maybe if there's a contact that calls inbound, or maybe you just wanted to send out an email as a newsletter, or maybe when you tag somebody, you can have a campaign kickoff, or maybe you can just use it just for your bulk emailing. So what we're looking at right here is all of the categories. So you can see all my friends that work with me here at Agile CRM. There's my buddy Jeff. He doesn't want me to delete his. So go in there and create a category. So let's add a category. So you go in here and we'll just call this our webinar campaigns. And this is just, again, just a great way to organize those up. And so there it goes. It puts it in there for you. Webinar campaigns, I don't have any. So I can click on this add campaign, or I can go up to the top right-hand corner underneath the avatar and click on add campaign. One quick little note here, we do have help videos for you. So just click on that help video and it'll take you right over to our YouTube page, and it will show you a great little video on how to create campaigns. So let's get into it. So we're gonna click on add campaign. And we do have some templates that are set up for you all. So as you go through, maybe you're not comfortable using the campaigns just yet. We'll go through here, click through, and you'll see that we have some set up for you. You can just go in and modify them and tweak them for you just to get you started. But I always like to go in and just start with a custom campaign. So here we go. We'll call this our webinar campaign. And my apologies for my reminders keep popping up there. So it's a webinar campaign. We wanted to go into the webinar campaign, so I could put it under mine, or I could put it under Jeff's. I don't think Jeff would like that very much, but here we go. So we'll keep it under the webinar campaigns. And this white space that you're looking at right here, this is called your canvas. And on the left-hand side, these are your nodes. I do want to draw your attention down to the bottom. We have this add more. We've got tons and tons of nodes. And a node is simply an action that you want to take in a sequence when we build out these campaigns. We also have the number 2 up here. So you have more options of different things that you can put in there that you can quickly and easily get to. So let's start off real easily. So let's say I want to send an email as part of my campaign. So I'm going to click and drag send email onto the canvas. So first of all, you can go up here under the node name and you can say send webinar email. So you can, that way as you're looking at it, you'll know the steps that are going through there. So don't be afraid to customize that. So who's it from? The email, you can CC, BCC, use this very sparingly because it will mess up your analytics when we go through and we start taking a look at some of those campaign stats. So use this real sparingly. I actually don't recommend that you CC or BCC from a campaign. So we'll say subject line, and you do need a subject line in order to do this. Thank you for joining our webinar. Oh boy, thank goodness it's almost the weekend. And if you have a different reply to, maybe you have sales at yourcompany.com or something like that. So you can put in a different reply to email address there. You can put a text-based email or HTML. Everybody loves HTML. So I'm going to go in there and I've created a template already. So you'll see that we do have a bunch of ones that are in here for you. So you can go through and pick out the different ones if you like one that's, a particular style or something like that. And it will take you into the webinar or into the editor so that you can go in there and edit that up. And here we go. That's my webinar one right there. I believe thanks for joining the webinar. So I had a predefined one and you guys will be able to see what that looks like. So I just put together a quick little one, and it does give you the option. So before you save it, you can go in there and start changing things. You can say, instead of maybe, hey, have a good day, have a great day. So you can go in there and modify that. And don't forget to use those merge fields. So those merge fields add that personal touch to each one of your emails. So you can go in there and drop these fields in, and then it will pull that information from the contact record and personalize that based off of each individual email that goes out. So, and if you have custom fields, those will show up here as well. So I like the way this looks. I'm going to click on the save button, and look, it drops all of that HTML code in there. So a couple of quick things before we move on. Click on that spam score. So that spam score is going to, once you do that, it's going to come back and it's going to tell you how likely that email is to wind up in somebody's spam folder within their client. So you see I've got a score of 4.7 up here. Typically you want to be below 3. So 3.0 to 0.0 is that range that you want to be in. And then notice here, it shows you each of the reasons what is causing that likelihood of going into the spam. So we use Spam Assassin. So you can go over to Spam Assassin and actually look up what some of these terms mean. But the one that you'll always see here, and there's really no way around it because we're using a mail merge, is this malformed address, because it is looking at the email address, and that's a merge field. So there's nothing you can really do about that. But you can go in here like this one, says font's too small to read. So you can go in there, maybe just increase the size of the font and fix that up. And then you can also send out a test email. So you can send over a test email, and I'm going to send one to my good buddy here. So, and what it will do is it's going to send out that email to me, but it's going to make it look like what Jeff would receive, for as an example there. So you can go in there and send a test email. Definitely check that spam score so you know that it's going out. And then the next tab over is your settings. So everybody asked me, hey, Scott, what's this track clicks? So track clicks, what that does is that drops a cookie to the recipient in an HTML-based email. What that does is that allows when somebody opens that email and they click on a link and they go over to your website, it puts a cookie on their browser so that you can actually track them on your website. That's how we got, if you remember that web stats, when I opened up my contact record, that's how you got to see which web pages I went to. So right now, it would not drop a cookie as no. I tell everybody, go in there and just use yes and push. There's 3 different types. There's yes and push email only, and yes and push. I just say use yes and push. It's a full form cookie, has all of the contact info in there, and most reliable. And what this will do is that if they go to your website, whatever information it knows, it will actually populate a form. So if you have a form on your website, and I'll show you that here in just a little bit, it'll actually populate that information known by the contact, and then they can go in there and edit it and update it. So always just use that yes and push. You can set the time zone here. So as I told you all, I'm here in the good old US of A here in Orlando. So I'm in the Eastern time zone, and then you can choose when you want these emails to go out. So maybe you want them only to go out Monday through Friday at 12:30 p.m. So you can set when you want those emails to go out, just to give you a little bit more control, or you can just select any day, anytime. So use this sparingly and decide when you want to do it. Click on the save button. And here you guys go. You'll see how neat and tidy I am. I'm a Virgo. So we'll click and drag this down and connect it. That's all I did. I went in there and just connected that, pulled a little line in. So now this is a full form campaign. This thing will run and it will do exactly what it's supposed to do as the way you've set it up. But we want to get some more value out of it. There's really no reason not to put more nodes in here, because the more you get, the more you put in, the more you'll get back out. So we're going to click and drag the open node. So I'm going to pull that in. And I'm going to say, how long do I want to wait to take a yes or a no action if they open this email. So typically I tell people 3 or 4 days, especially given the weekends and things like that, but you can also say hours or minutes, but I say 3 days is always a good measure. So we'll go in there, we're gonna pull that under. So if they open that email within 3 days, let's tag them. That'd be pretty valuable to get it out of there, wouldn't it? So we're gonna add the tag of webinar email opener. So now it's going to go in there, and now you can create a managed filter under your contacts and say, hey, who were all those people that joined the webinar and open that email? What if they don't open that email? All right, well, let's have some fun here. So let's go into add more, and I'm going to go under mobile. And this is why you want to have that integrated telephony. I'm going to send them a text message. So we're going to send it, hey, check your email. I sent you a surprise. And you can also track the clicks here, drop them a cookie, and that way it'll get in there and you can track them. So we'll click that. And look at how easily we are building out this campaign. So we've got lots of automated steps that are going in here. You know what? I think I also want to score that contact. So this is how we can get that automated scoring in there. So I'm going to add 10 points if they open my email. So anytime they open an email, look at an additional 10 points from me, and that way you'll be able to determine the value of a particular contact. And let's just say, hey, they didn't go in there and they ignored your text message, so now we're going to tweet them. So you can go in there, and I'm going to allow it to access, because this is really cool. I think you guys will get some great value out of that. It takes just a second. It's going over to the Twitterverse there, and it's going to authenticate and make sure that it's me. I put in my username, my password, and all that jazz, and it's still telling me to wait. So we can go in there. Yeah, Twitter, I tell you sometimes. There we go. So we'll be like, you know, check your email. All right, so now we're engaging our contacts. Look at this. So we're going to go back through and take a quick little review of this. So this is our webinar campaign. So we start at the start button. You can't really do anything with it. It's going to send them over an email, that one that you all saw, and it's going to wait 3 days. It's going to say, hey, did they open that within 3 days? Yes, they did. So they're going to get tagged with webinar email opener, and they're going to get 10 points. If they don't open it within 3 days, it's going to shoot them a text message and say, hey, check your email, and then we're going to tweet them. So that's how you build engagement using Agile CRM's campaigns. And you can go in there and depending on your plan, so make sure you notice your plan of the number of nodes that you can go in there. I recommend everybody always going to the enterprise plan, because that gives you unlimited nodes, unlimited. So think about that, but depending on your plan, it will determine the number of nodes that you can actually put within a campaign and the overall number of campaigns that you can have. So go in there, make sure you know that. So we'll get this campaign all set up, which is good. I'm going to click on Save Campaign, and it's going to give us this little, please change, given same name. Oh, look at that, gave me that notice. Webinar campaign, we'll call this too. There we go. All right, so it's going to give us this little pop-up here, and it says add contacts manually or add trigger to the campaign. So when you first build out your campaigns, always add contacts manually and have it use one of your test contacts within Agile. So always make yourself a test contact, maybe use your mom's email address or your girlfriend's email address, something like that, and send it over. Make sure it's received and it runs the way that you want it to run. Once you know that it's running like that, then just go back in and you can add a trigger. And that's going to take us right to our next section within Agile CRM. So we're going to add a trigger. What this trigger is going to do is it's going to look for these particular actions, and it's going to fire off that campaign. So maybe anytime we add a contact, it'll fire off that campaign. Or maybe if their score increases, it'll fire off that campaign. Or maybe when you add a tag. So maybe if I add a webinar tag to a contact, it'll kick off that campaign for you. And we've got lots of them in here. So we've got everything from when a deal's added to a deal's deleted, milestone change. Even if somebody opens that email and you want a campaign to fire off a call. Remember, I was talking to you at the beginning about that integrated telephony. So anytime I do an outbound call, that's my trigger. And then it sends off a thank you note. So if I call you, you're going to get an email after that. Calendar, so you can go in there and set maybe a reminder out to somebody, hey, thanks so much for booking a meeting with me. or a timer. People like to use these timers. They use them for sending out those seasonal emails or those holiday emails. So we're getting really close to Easter time and spring break time and things like that. So you could use a timer as a trigger and set that up in the future. So go ahead and plan out your Christmas and holidays emails, and then just set a timer on there, and it's done. So you can get done with it here in spring. You can also integrate that based off of a Stripe event or a Shopify, or if somebody does a form submit on your website. So those are the triggers. So you can go through there, and even an inbound SMS as well. So we'll go in there and we'll say anytime a tag is added, we'll say webinar tag added trigger. Oh boy, I need the weekend. All right, so then whenever I put on here webinar, so when I tag somebody with webinar, it's now going to run webinar campaign number 2. Did you see what I did there? So when the tag is added, but you have these, you can also use those right there as the drop down. So it's looking for the tag of webinar, and then I just grab that campaign. Quick and easy, click on save, and away you go. It's gonna run, it's gonna work perfectly every time. So if I went through that a little quick, go ahead and kick those questions into the questions pane, and I will definitely make some time to go back through. Yeah, we're doing really good on our time here today. So that is your campaigns and your triggers section within the marketing module of Agile CRM. Our next stop is the email templates. I love making email templates, and these are all your different categories once again, and you can go in there and add a category. So you can see all my friends have their categories in here, and then you can also see the different email templates that you've got created. So we're going to go in here, and I'm going to show you how to create one. So we're going to click just below the avatar in the top right-hand corner, right up here. We'll click on Add Email Template. And it's going to take you in, and it's going to show you a bunch of our predefined templates in here, so that if you're a little new to this and you're really not sure, well, we got some templates built for you, so you can just go in there and modify them and customize them and help get you on your way. And then over in the top right-hand corner, again, underneath your avatar, you have simple email or custom. So we'll start at the simple email. So the simple email is really cool because maybe this is just one that you want to have that's not filled with lots of glitz and glam and stuff like that. So we're just going to call this one a quick thank you email, and the subject is thank you, and we'll keep it under my templates there, and we'll go in and watch this. So dear, and I'll put in the contact. I use first name fix. Everybody says, Scott, what's that merge field first name fix to? So when you use the one that says fix, it makes sure that it uses proper addressing, where it puts the first letter of the first name in as capitals. So maybe if you have your contacts in there as all caps or all lowercase, something like that, it'll automatically go in there and adjust that for you. And then we'll go in here. Thank you for talking with me today. Have a great day. And something as simple as this can really make a huge difference as you're engaging your contacts. People are like, hey, wow, he actually took the opportunity to send me a quick little email to say thank you. And you can go in here and you can add links in, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to add some pictures for you guys. That way you can see how cool these are. So we'll go in and we'll add a picture. Now you guys might even see that I live near Walt Disney World as well. So we'll go in there, and thanks for talking to me today. Have a great day. And then you can also use merge fields for your custom fields, for tickets if you're so inclined. But I'm going to go in there and I'm going to have it use my owner name, because now anybody within your organization can use this owner email. And let's see, we'll do one more. Why not? We got some time. And we're going to do my calendar URL. So it'll go in there and it's going to pop that in. So let's click on the preview, which is that eyeball icon there. Click it in there. Hey, that looks like a pretty nice little email. So that's a simple email. One little tip for everybody that is not well known is, see these things here, these little greater than and less than signs. This is source code. So if you have an email that you've created another program, go in there and you can copy and paste the HTML code, just paste it right in here and it'll build it for you. So that's the sneaky little trick of how to bring in your email templates from other programs. So just use that source code button, click on that. You would just delete this out, and then paste in your source code in there, and it'll build it out for you nice and easy there. We'll click on save, and now that email is saved, and there's my little thank you email. So that's how you do just a quick, simple email. So add email template, and that's the simple email. Let's go over to the custom. This one's really cool because Agile made it really quick and easy and simple for you to make really nice looking ones. So we're going to call this our, we'll call this our sales flyer email. All right, and the subject is big sale today. Hopefully you guys are getting a lot of value out of this today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click and drag different elements over here and just drop them in on the page. So now you could go in and notice the little red X. So I want to delete that out. Yes, I'll delete that out. And then maybe I want to put a title here. And I always recommend using that video option as well. And I want to do a two column. You see how quickly and easily I'm building this out? Look at this. So you go in, you'll click on the element, and let's browse on down there. And we'll go into our different pictures. Save and close, enter our title here, and we'll say it is a magical day. And we'll call this, oh, you guys will like this, park tickets. There we go. So look at how quickly and easily I'm building this out. And then you can go in, add more pictures, text, click on the click me button here, and then you can actually, you can change the wording, you know, buy now. Something like that, and then link that over, put in your link to your website. There we go. And you can even change your button colors by clicking on the button style. So we do give you a lot of, you know, functionality here, and we'll just go right in, say I want this to be that way, and look at that. Real quickly and easily, I've built out a really good looking email template. So I'll click on save and close, and I'm not going to go through each and everything. And oh, by the way, don't forget to throw your social links in there too. Make sure everybody knows how to find you on the socials. So we looking good, feeling good about this. A couple of things up at the top here. First thing, look at your little eyeball. Again, that is your preview. So the cool thing about this is you have some options up here. So you can see, hey, what's this going to look like on a smartphone? So this is not bad. Looks really cool, very engaging. Oh, if somebody opens that email on a tablet, that's what it's going to look like. So I'm just clicking through up at the top, and if they open it up on a PC or a Mac, that's how that'll look for them there. So, you know, it gives you that opportunity to really tweak how those emails look, and you can really gear that towards it. As you all know, in today's society, what is it? More than 80% of emails are now opened on a smartphone device. So think about that. Click on that and say, hey, does that look good on a smartphone? Yeah, that does. So keep that in mind. So about 80% of all emails are now opened on a device that is portable. All right, so we saved that. We're all good to go. And now we can use that in future campaigns. We can send, we can use that as emails that we send out just directly from a contact, things like that. So nice little sales flyer email template. You can send a test. What I did is after I saved it, I clicked on that little drop down over here, and I'll do it one more time just so everybody can see. I can get that little message out of there. There we go. So use that drop down there, and we can send a test. You can copy this, or you can make it private. So maybe you don't want everybody in your organization to use this. Maybe you want it just available for just you. Click on the make private. That'll make it just for you. And if you click on copy, that'll make an exact copy of that. And then you can go in and maybe say, hey, it's a stormy day instead of a magical day. So you can choose however you want to do that. So we'll click and save on that, and then back over. And there we go. There's our sales flyer. And you can start, as you hover, notice as you hover over here, you can either send that out directly from here, and you can even look at some of your reporting for that particular email. So it gives you some options there. So that's email templates. So go ahead and drop me in those questions about the email templates. Next stop is our videos. There's my buddy Ashley in India. So videos. So Agile CRM says, hey, you know what? It's really good idea to have quick videos that help engage your audience. And it's all about engagement, about driving that traffic to your website. So one of the things that we discovered was adding video. So we wanted to add in a video option here for you. So you simply click on add video, and here, I'll pull my little cover off and wave hi to everybody. Hey, everybody. So there you go. So you can go in there and you can record a quick little video, and we'll call this Scott's video. and start recording. And it's going to give you up to 2 minutes to go in there and actually record your video. So you can go in there and decide what you want to record and send that out and use that in different emails. We'll save that. Oh, look at that face that I made there. All right, so give you just a second and it's saving it right now. And what the purpose of this is really is it gives you about 2 minutes to send a quick and easy hello video that you can send out to everybody and include those in your emails out to everybody. So there you go. Quick and easy, and use those in your email templates. Real fun and simple to do. Next stop down is your forms. So I see my friends have been in here creating forms today. So these are all of your forms. So everybody asks, hey Scott, what's the purpose of the forms? So when you use the forms with Agile CRM, we highly recommend that you integrate those forms into your own individual website, because those are specifically designed to go in and actually work directly with Agile CRM. It's already pre-coded and ready to go so that it links right up to individual different contact fields within Agile CRM. So definitely make sure you make use of the Agile form. So let's go in there. And once again, I want to remind you, you got that help video section, so it'll show you through. You can click on there. There's some video and some audio on there. We're gonna click on add forms, and we've got all of these great little predefined ones for you. So you don't really have to do a lot of thought about going in there and creating these different forms, or you can create a custom form. So over at the top right-hand corner, underneath the avatar where it says custom, you can just click on custom and build out the form however you want to. But I like to use this one. It's the subscribe now. That's a good one to get people engaged and get their contact info within Agile CRM. So let's take a quick look through here. You click on the top box there, the subscribe now, and this will show you all the different information about this particular form. So you can go in there and instead of saying, hey, subscribe now, let's say subscribe today. And we'll put in here, get deals. There you go. So it'll go in there, and then you can have a redirect URL there. So after they click on the subscribe now, you definitely want to kick them right over to your website. You can also modify the confirmation message. So after they get that confirmation message, you can preload the fields. Yes, so that's about that cookie. Remember when I was talking to you about those cookies? You could go in there, and if it knows who that user is, it'll preload those fields and allow them to do that. There's your tagging. So that's where we would put in, hey, this is a web lead. And then you can also enable that reCAPTCHA. So the CAPTCHA, what that does is that prevents you from getting hit by all of those bots out there that send you spam and stuff like that. So definitely enable that. There are a few extra steps that you do have to go through. And all you do is click on the little here button right above, and it'll walk you through step by step. The transparency button also, what that does is that allows the background of your website to sort of shine through on that form. And then you can also have a document list and show the form name there. So we'll click on save. So that's all the settings, and there you go, subscribe and get deals. Click on the next box down. You don't have to change this. Where it says Agile Field 1, leave that alone. Don't touch it, don't touch it, don't do anything. So what we'll do here is we're gonna say enter your first name. And then the placeholder will be enter your first name. And then the Agile field. So we want that to go to the Agile first name field. And we want to make this required because that's required within Agile, or else it won't save the records. So we'll click on save. And now I want to bring another field in. Look at this, I'm just clicking and dragging just like we've done every other time there. So now we're going to put in enter last name. Enter your last name. Look at how easily we're building out this simple form that can be integrated right into your website. So, and I'll show you a cool thing too. You don't even have to integrate it into your website. We can actually host it for you. So enter your email. Definitely want to make sure that that's a required field. We'll save that, and we'll select the frequency, daily or weekly. But you know what? I also want to put something else in here, because wouldn't it be great to get their phone number? That way you can contact them. And then we'll, again, select that and make sure it goes down to the phone. Click on required, save. So you see how quickly and easily we built this out. And then the subscribe now, we can say, hey, subscribe now, or you can type whatever you want in there, and away we go. So we'll click and save that. And that looks like a really good form. So now we're gonna go in there, and I wanna point your direction up to the top bar here again. So where it says notification, if you click on notification, we wanna get it notified every time somebody fills out one of those forms. And Jeff's going to get notified, and so will Scott. So select those names out of the list. That way you know when one of those forms is getting filled out. So you can go in there and run your list and say, you know, all of those people, blah, blah, blah. All right, so we got the notification. We're going to save this. Looks good. So check this out. So you can just simply go in, copy and paste that and drop that right into your website. And that form will be there, and it's linked all the way up to Agile CRM for you, and you're ready to go. But look at this. We also give you your own hosted URL that you can share on Twitter, Google, Google+, Facebook, or you can just put this as a buried link and say, hey, fill out our form to get great deals. So we can go in there and actually see what that form looks like. And here, let's go take a look at it. So this is what it looks like when it hosts it for you. There you go. So now all the people have to do is they go in there and they can put in their information and very easily get that information captured. And that's a form, everybody. Really quick and simple way to build out forms within Agile CRM. All right, so you got any questions on the forms? Kick those back over to me and we'll hit those today. And there's my form. One quick thing I want to show you so you can quickly view it. And then there's code. If you click on the code button, depending on how your web hosting company wants, you can get the iframe version, full source code, permanent link, all of that information there. So that's how you get that information on the forms. Landing pages. So landing pages, these are really, really great. So people ask me, first of all, Scott, why would I use a landing page? Well, maybe you're running a special that you don't want to be part of your website. Maybe it's a special for first time people signing up. Maybe it's a special for Halloween or spring break or something like that. And you just want to throw together a quick and easy page. Or maybe it's just a landing page to confirm for a double opt-in, something like that. So landing pages can be used for a variety of sources and reasons. Once again, we have the help video up there, and underneath the avatar, you click on Add Landing Page, and this will go in and takes you into the landing page builder. So up at the top left-hand corner, these are all the different blocks that you can include on your landing pages. So I'm going to click on the all blocks, and I'm going to show you how quickly and easily we can build out a really cool landing page. Oh, look at that one. I think that's new. So I clicked and I dragged an element in there. Top 3 reasons to choose Agile. So you could go in there and you can change this up. So maybe you can say top 3 reasons to choose cookies for breakfast. So go in there and you just simply click and you can build a landing page really easily and quickly in there and change your graphics, all of that stuff. I will direct your attention over here because this will allow you to go in and do some of your settings or remove that element. You could go in there and reset it and even see the source code there. So you can go in there and save it or remove that. So we'll go in there, take that back out. Looks good. Up at the top here on that gearbox, you click on that. Click on the page settings, and this is how you can get a little bit more customization out of that landing page. So maybe we want to call this the cookies landing page. And you can put in your meta title, you can put in your meta description, keywords, which are always good. Your favorite icon, you can include headers, your cascading style sheets, your page JavaScript, and then you have this option down here. Hide from search engines, yes or no. So again, if you don't want this to be visible and you don't want the spiders and bots of the search engine teams of the Googles and the Yahoos and all of them and the Bings, just click on the yes and that'll hide that from them so that they won't be able to search that page and people will be able to find it. So if you want to make a secret page that has a secret coupon, perfect opportunity to do that. Also up at the top, how's it going to look on a smartphone? How's it going to look like on a tablet, and how's it going to look on a computer? So again, everybody likes to pull out their iPhones and their Samsung phones and do their web browsing. So that looks really cool on a smartphone. So I'll click on the Save Now. I'm going to give it a name. We're going to call this our webinar test landing page. Look, I'm getting better at my typing, everybody. All right, so now I can preview this or I can publish this. So I can click on Publish and publish that right over to my website if I so choose, or click on Preview. Wow, that looks really nice. I like how that looks. And you see this URL up here? That URL is fully hostable. You can send that out and kick people right over to that URL. You don't even have to upload it to your website. So again, if you want a super secret page, go ahead and just use that link, share that link out, and Agile CRM will host that for you as well. So that is your landing pages. Again, real simple and easy. When you're using Agile, you can go in there and very easily click and drag. Web rules, all right. So web rules, this is how you engage people once they land on your website. So again, we've got our help video over here. This is the list of all of our web rules that we've created. Let's go in and let's add one so we can see what is a web rule. So the web rules, these are those little pop-ups that once again engage people that are on your website, get them involved. Let's just click on that. Wow, that's pretty cool. Subscribe now and save $25. If you see that in there and you're like, wow, I definitely would do that, and it captures their email address, things like that. We've got all sorts of different ones in here. You got the confirmation, you got information. Here, we'll just do this one right here. Oh, that one looks really cool too. So you could go in and you can do service calls. I mean, all these different ones that we have built in here for you. So we'll just do this one. Yep, I like the way that looks. So we'll click on the go. And now we can go in here. We can give this a name. We can call this our webinar pop-up. And then all you literally do is you go in there, page URL contains, you put in your information right there. It's a modal pop-up, and you can go in there and start editing that up. We'll say, not subtle, we'll say that's a great way to increase email subscribers, and you can even preview it. So use those buttons here. Now this drop down will also give you some options. So you can go in there and you can determine all the different items that you want. So we want this to be a modal pop-up so that it pops up here, but you can also make it a noti message, call pop-up, things like that. So we'll make it a modal pop-up. Looks cool. Down at the bottom, where do you want it to be seen? Center, right bottom, left bottom. When do you want it to show? After a certain amount of time, before they're about to exit, and where do you want to redirect them? So it looks really good, but look, I've got this option to add action down here. So you know what? I also want to add a tag to anybody that does this, and I'm going to say they used our web pop-up filler, whatever it is. So now you can start running a list of your contacts that are web pop-up fillers. So you know that they use that web pop-up. Click on save, and away we go. And you've just saved a quick and easy web rule to engage contacts on your website. Next stop down is our push notifications. So everybody's seen those push notifications that show up. So we're going to create one. We'll call this our webinar push. Give it a title. We'll say save $50 today and join us now and save. And then you can put in your destination URL, which is your website, your image URL location, and of course, another way to drop cookies down there. Click on yes, and you can also test it. So you click on the test and it will pop out on the side there, and you'll see exactly what they see up at the top right-hand corner there. So save the notification, and that's easy. Look at how easily you can create a push notification. So we'll take a look at our next stop, which is social. I like to call this my newspaper. So what this is this goes out onto Twitter, and it allows you to engage using Twitter real quickly and easily using the social suite. Oh, wow. Our social suite. So you can see anytime somebody mentions my Twitter handle here, I get a little notification. So you see Wholesale Foods and Walt Disney World Today has also mentioned me in a tweet. Click on Add Stream, Twitter, and here we go. Authorize that app. It'll take just a few moments. There we go. So now you can go in and you can have your home feed, direct mail inbox, direct message outbox, your favorite search, mentions, sent, all these different items. You can create a feed. So we'll go in here, do a search, and let's say we want anything that is related to Disney. So we'll click on save, and it's adding that stream. And in just a second, yep, there we go. I can add another stream if I so choose. There we go. So now anytime anybody mentions the word Disney, I can get to see it here. So what is this good for? This is really good for you as you're trying to build that engagement. So as you're going through and you're trying to find new contacts, maybe on Twitter, or maybe you're trying to find out ways to engage people, use this social suite. It's great. And you can see how it's just running here. It's just populating. That's why I call it my newspaper. So it's going in there, and all these people are interested in Disney. So maybe you can put in their computers or maybe cupcakes or whatever your business is, and you can see what people are tweeting about, and it gives you ideas and ways to engage your contacts. Go over here to your visitors. Next stop down, it's the eyeball on the left, close to the bottom. So the visitor section, this is for all those people that we've dropped cookies to. Now we can go in and we can see who's visited our websites. And now we can start taking action on them. So you can see I, Ashley, and Bill have all been to the website here. On the left-hand side, you can start to narrow this down based off of country. So you can say, hey, anybody that has been from Australia or Barbados, wherever that might be. You can also say by city. But the point is you can go in there and you can quickly add tags to these people. Did you see what I just did there? So we'll put website visitors. So now we can add tags. So all of those people that we just pulled up, they now have the tag of website visitor. See that? So this gives you a way to take those people that have been to your website and see. Maybe you want to see which page they've used. So maybe you have a sub page on your website that talks about blue cars or hot tires or sprinkle cupcakes, whatever it is. You can go in there and start narrowing down who goes to what pages and then start targeting them. So you can click on them and then add them to a campaign that targets them directly. That is the whole point of this section here, so that you can go in there and tag them and add them, and add them to a campaign and target those contacts as you need to see fit and to get that engagement. So over here, our hourglass icon, that's our activities. So this shows you all the activities that's been occurring within Agile CRM. So it defaults to the user activities. So you can see what all the different users have been doing within Agile CRM. So I see right here that Jeff called Winnie the Pooh on me. He spent 30 minutes on the call with Winnie the Pooh. So you go through there and then it allows you to see all the different contacts and all the different activities that they have done within here. And of course, you can go up here and break out your time frames. You can pick it out by users, and you can even see what kind of activities they have performed here. Notice this box up here. This is your contact activity. So I click on contacts, and now it's going to show you all of the activities that have been taking place by your contacts. So you could go through here and say, oh, who's gone to page views? Who's done email clicks? Who's unsubscribed? Any hard bounces, soft bounces? So this is just a really quick and easy way for you to go through and actually see all of the activities based off of your contacts. So use that, and that'll give you better insight and better ways to engage. Last stop is the reports. The reports are very, very simple to look at, and we have them all predefined for you here. So your campaign stats, you go in there and we're going to just select one of our campaigns. We'll just take a look at Ashley's. And there's no data in that one. So let's try Jeff's annual birthday greeting. So it goes in there and it just shows you all the different aspects of the email skip, bounces. Take a look at your subscribers to see who actually was subscribed in that campaign. Look, we've got lots of people that were in there, and you can even take the look at the logs to narrow that down even closer. So take a look at the reports section there and get the most out of that. So that is just about it, everybody.